so hard for you. Sign up to fight for truth and justice. But do you know what that badge in your pocket makes you?
There's someone who's done it before.
Stop. Zoom in. Who is she?
Our manhunt is now a woman hunt.
This killer doesn't make mistakes. There has to be an order, a plan. The fingers are the key. Uncontrollable rage. What you got, sugar? I want justice.
What is up, people? What is going on? Bigger Ford Entertainment, Brian the Grizzly. We're waiting for Danny to come in here. Brian, is everything okay?
Yeah, we're good. Well,
Okay,
I'm good until she tells me I'm not.
So tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yo, on 1/3 of Spoiler Kings, we go live. We're gonna be live tonight. We live Monday nights and we live Saturday nights. So it's fun, and of course, me and Nzo are breaking down From on Friday nights. Then on Saturday morning, get your cereal ready, get your waffles ready, because we got the rewind. Tell you everything that's going around in all the entertainment, Marvel, DC, and apparently now that Netflix is bowing out of Warner Brothers, looks like Paramount Skydance is going to buy that too.
That kind of sucks, bro. That really sucks if that happens. Like, I'm not. Anyways, we'll definitely have a conversation about that because that's garbage. But that's right. Friday nights, make sure to be here because we will be doing the watch party for season 3. Me, Brian, and Tank is supposed to be here as well. Yep. So we're getting him involved into some From. And I would say, Danny, come true and watch From with us. But here's going to be his answer.
Nope.
Well, there you go. So without further ado, Mr. Danny Graham, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on my channel, Road to Wisdom, on Mondays and Fridays. After I get done here, I got to record my show for tomorrow morning. You can find me the first 3 Mondays of the month, Nzo and Chris. Wednesdays on the Hangout, and Sundays on Storms Live.
Absolutely. And Danny, please tell this guy what is better, Endgame or Justice League?
Oh, Justice League. No doubt.
You know what? Whatever strand y'all smoking, it must be superb.
Well, let me tell you this.
It must be
superb. Let me tell you my argument. The last hour is better than Justice League. But as a whole, whenever I watch Endgame again, I watch the first 3 hours. I mean, the first 30 minutes. I fast forward through the whole second act to the third act.
And I'll tell you,
Justice League, I don't.
4 hours of Justice League is so terrible. I could cut literally out this movie. I could cut an hour and a half out the damn movie and it'd be the same damn movie. So anytime I could cut an entire hour and a half out of a movie,
well,
it'd still be 2.5 hours.
I could cut an hour. We could cut an hour out of Endgame because the second act sucks.
Oh, man.
Stranger said, did I hear that right? Justice League is better than Endgame? What are you guys smoking?
Whatever it is, it's quality. It is quality.
It's Justice League, okay?
It's Kush. It must be. Y'all be doing gummies while you smoking. That's all I'm saying. That's crazy.
Sometimes me and Danny are on point. We're eye to eye when we see certain things, right?
A bad take. That's all.
I'm telling you, man, I don't watch it several times. After Thor cuts off Thanos' head.
Facts.
That's what I do. I can't speak for nobody else.
I go right up until they have that argument with Tony Stark, and you know what I mean, where they're having an argument back and forth, and then after that, it just goes.
Now, fast forward to when they show Hawkeye and Black Widow on whatever their planet is, and they fight back and forth to get killed.
Mm-hmm.
Justice League, I can literally cut an hour and a half. I could cut out the entire movie. I guess an hour and a half out of a freaking movie and it'd be the same movie.
Some of it too is I like three of the characters better than just about anybody on the Avengers.
But that's just the characters. That's nothing to do with the damn story. The movie itself is not better in any way. Now, you're gonna tell me that Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are the three greatest superheroes? Duh.
I'm saying I'm saying I like them. I like whatever iteration of those three more so than what I've seen with the Avengers. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I ain't saying Endgame is crappy. It's not crappy. It's in my top 5. But I'm just saying, for me personally, if I gotta watch Endgame and I gotta watch Justice League, Zack Snyder, I'm probably not gonna fast forward through a whole act of Justice League when I know I'm gonna fast forward through
You're
a
going to
whole
fast
act.
forward a lot though, Danny, because you're gonna spend all 4 hours. You're gonna watch all 4.
I've done watched it several times, bro.
I've fallen
Me
asleep
too.
3 times, and it being the same. Like all the same is happening because
Well,
it's slow.
We already established last night that you guys were Zack Snyder haters, so we just.
I'm the one who's not a Zack Snyder hater.
This is the Chaos Crew. You are the spoiler kings.
Yeah, 100%.
It's two different things, bro.
Doesn't matter. You can
100%.
still be wrong on every platform. Y'all could be wrong. It's still okay.
Just like how the prequels are fire, and you know what I mean. We've said
So
it
now you're gonna
already.
put me back on the other side. Now you're gonna put me back on the other side. Now I have to go against you.
Last night, bro. Oh, Mike was just trashing that crap, boy. We were just talking, and he was trashing the prequels. I actually had Brian defending it. So
it was so bad that I had to say, wait, come on, Mike. It's not that.
Also,
bad.
if you go back and clip last week's episode of The Rewind, I distinctly remember somebody down here saying that Batman was a superhero. I heard him
Batman
say
is not a superhero. He's a hero. And I had the argument, and Nzo said, "Here we go again."
Go back 2 minutes before you catch yourself.
I will, because he probably messed. Yeah.
It's on there.
He's a hero.
I'm gonna clip it for the next week's show, Danny.
There's gonna be some AI in here. I don't know what it's gonna be like Kayla and Cross. We're talking about like deep faking me. You can't deep fake me and say it's going to be right.
Oh no, we're gonna know it's you. But again, we are here to talk about Cross, season 2, episode 4. Episode 5, actually. And when I was doing the thumbnail, I was putting episode 4, and I was like, oh, wait, no, we're on episode 5. Damn, already. So what, 3 more episodes?
Yep, it's flying by.
Damn, that's crazy. But what are your initial thoughts on this episode, Danny?
Much better than last week. Like I said, I like Cross, but this is going to get a much higher grade. I was much more engaged with it. I like to see the backstory of her partner. I can't think his name, Donnie. And Bobby, man, he's becoming a favorite for me. And I liked it. It was a very good episode.
Absolutely. He said, look, I'll defend the first 2 movies in the sequel trilogy always, but you can say whatever the hell you want about Rise of Skywalker. Well, listen, and Brian says Force Awakens is good. I say Force Awakens is trash. Rise of Skywalker is trash. And Last Jedi is absolute garbage. 100% garbage. Let me ask you this, Danny. Is Attack of the Clones better than Rogue One?
Oh, yes.
Attack of the Clones is not good for just Star Wars.
Thank you.
Attack of the Clones is horrible.
What makes Rogue One good is the last Darth Vader scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's not okay. I have to say, and I just said this last night. So it's horrible compared to the other 6. You know, like if you're comparing Attack of the Clones to the other 6.
Yeah, if I could rank them 1 to 6, it is number 6.
Yes, I agree.
And I think Force Awakens is really close. I would rather watch Force Awakens because of the thought of what it could be than Attack of the Clones. So that to me, and that's what I said last night. I said I'd rather watch Force Awakens than Attack of the Clones because Attack of the Clones could have been good and they just fucked it up. That was my problem.
What made Attack of the Clones good was the build up to Yoda fighting.
Mm-hmm.
We've never seen it. We always anticipate, what is he going to do? What is he going to do?
Mike hates that fight, Danny.
Because he just jumps around and stuff like that.
Okay.
I thought he was agile and doing what he needed to do. So
listen, when I was in my theater and Yoda walks out and he does the Clint Eastwood with his robe.
Yeah.
The the crowd went crazy, bro.
Yes.
They went crazy. I don't know what Mike is talking about, but I get the jumping around stuff, but Yoda's a little
It
guy.
was a
What do you?
lot. It
One,
was a lot of jumping around. It
one
was.
thing about Star Wars, it get the biggest, oh my God, or whatever, because like in my theater, when they put the helmet on him and he started breathing for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
man, theater went fool. That was that boy for
I,
at least
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes.
you should have heard Mike last night talking about even Return to Sith or
Revenge of the
Revenge of the
Sith.
Sith.
Revenge
Yeah,
of the Sith. Yeah, Revenge of the
yeah,
Sith.
yeah.
It was.
Hating on it, boy.
I was like, oh well, you know,
Who would
I
you
don't.
rather fight,
It's a Sith.
Yoda or Darth Maul?
Darth Maul.
Ooh, yeah, Yoda's too powerful. You know what I mean? He
Come
be
on. You
jumping
think
around,
Obi-Wan would
driving me up a
kill?
wall. Yeah, yeah.
Obi-Wan wouldn't be able to kill Yoda. Yeah, Yoda was slapping him around, throwing him out,
Facts.
throwing out back. You
I would
know?
have loved to see. I think it was wasn't that comic book when Vader fought Maul?
I
Didn't Vader
think so.
own Maul?
No, Maul almost beat him, but then, if I'm not mistaken, Vader, what he did, he ignited his lightsaber through himself and stabbed Maul, and that's how he defeated him. I think I saw that comic book or something.
It's
What's that? I
possible.
don't know.
It's possible. But you see, and I don't know if it was it came after, so yeah, it could have still probably been EU, but I don't do the EU stuff, so it's definitely possible. But Brian, what were your thoughts of this episode? What up,
I,
Tony?
Tony.
What's up, brother?
Again, Black Kings. What's up? I think it was good. It was much better than last week. I enjoyed a lot of it, but we'll talk about my likes and dislikes and all that stuff. But I will say I think you need more Samson.
Facts.
Plain and simple, you need more Samson. And if we had more Samson, this would be a really, really good episode because there's a lot of intrigue. Bobby Trey is phenomenal. Even what Janelle said to Ellie was pretty cold. You know, Kayla she did some things that I didn't hate, and you know, Rebecca is getting more and more. I'm more on her side a lot more, and even Donnie. I liked Donnie a lot, especially after that story, understanding where he's coming from. I like him a lot more. So, and they had some really good parts to this, but I need more Samson.
I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with more Samson 100%. I thought the episode was good too. I definitely liked it better than last week. I thought it was really good with some of the stuff they did. I do agree with the more Samson, but we'll get into that because there's a lot of stuff in here I think that we need to talk about, right? So we'll get into the episode real quick. Of course, it starts off and we see the autopsy with uh, Rebecca, boy, whatever. But you know, she's going through it. She's feeling all depressed and sad and stuff, and they're trying to cheer her up. But we get to Bobby, and Bobby meeting the girl, and he showed her the video. What did you think Bobby was gonna do in this moment? You think he was gonna
If
rush?
she said that was her, he would have killed her.
The sucker had a knife like he doggone Robin Hood or something. I'm like, bro,
Facts.
where you good at?
Facts. Facts. And
What did Bobby say? He said, "I won't. This ain't face off, but if it ain't wrong, if that is you, I'm gonna be one peeling your face off."
Yep.
Facts. I kind of like that, and again, I like what they're doing with Bobby because you guys like it too. I think Danny said it was his favorite character in this season so far, and I'm beginning to think that he kind of stealing the show from Cross and Samson right now, especially when
His
you're not
scenes
getting
are.
a lot of Samson.
His scenes.
Yeah, his scenes are 100%. I like him. So we get some Samson here where they're just having a conversation, but this scene and another scene is pretty much all we get of Samson in this episode. And I think Brian made a good point to where it's like I think in the first 2 episodes, I was like, oh, it's great. They're giving Samson a good storyline. And then they're not really following up on the storyline where I feel like the Rebecca is getting more story time than Samson. I get it. She's a villain or whatever, but I just like to see more Samson. What do you guys think?
I think next episode we're gonna get more because whenever that other investigator came up with something, you can see like the light bulb went off in Samson. So I think something that guy said triggered something about his mother. his mother's investigation. So I think next episode we'll see a lot more. We'll see more. I don't know a lot more, but I think we'll see more the sense in working and figuring things out for his mother. And then we saw, of course, him with a female detective, and he was figuring out, well, why is blood here and not here and that kind of stuff. So I think his storyline is gonna be a little bit more. We'll see him more screen time. At least I hope so.
One thing I like that they're doing is, you know, Cross is detective extraordinaire, right?
Mhm.
But they're showing that Samson's not a
He's no
slouch
slouch either.
either. You know what I mean?
That
Like
team
there
ain't a
was
slouch.
who?
The whole team ain't. They ain't none of them
I
slouch.
agree. I agree.
They're
I
all
agree.
smart. They were able to find this. There was some real good detective work in this
Yeah, it
episode.
was. Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
Like, oh, okay.
agreed.
Right.
We
How you
get
find
to
that out? We get, hey, AI is a beautiful thing, I guess, when used correctly.
facts 100%. We get to Lance, and Lance is making up a story, and the way he the way he handled it, I was like, okay, he's not dumb either. You know what I mean? He's
He played the
definitely
game.
not dumb either. He's playing the game smart, but I love when he has this conversation with Cross, and I'm just gonna play it because I think the end of it is absolutely great. Where he's like Cross, and he's like
I think that,
Detective Cross.
I think this is a trope.
Industries.
What do you mean? Go ahead.
It seems like all these shows always try
let
to
me
have
ask you a
some
question.
kind
Is there
of racism and stuff. Somebody told me
Okay.
that's not really believe it. Every white person ain't our enemy. Every black person ain't our friend. But
Mhm.
it's like on a lot of these shows, he wasn't talking nothing about that, and then all of a sudden it became the almost a boy and Mister and Mrs. and little racial undertones.
Sir, and yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, was that really needed? They really had to go that, or to me, it seemed like let's sprinkle this in on top of this old stuff. So I don't know. I might be going too far down the rabbit hole on that.
Only reason I disagree with you is I believe when there's a power dynamic and there's a black and white male, I think it does, especially in America, it does come down to that a lot of times. They use that. That's used a lot because it's a power dynamic. I have to show you. We're trying to decide who has more power, and that's a trump card that's always being pulled. Not necessarily that it always matters or that people always want to think that that's the end all be all, but it is a trump card that's being pulled a lot.
And another thing too, to your point, Donnie, I hear what you're saying too, but I also think that we know he's a racist because he's trafficking little Latino kids and everything, right? They're not white kids that he's traveling up there, so you don't give a damn about them. So it would be no surprise that he don't care about black people either. You know what I mean? So I hear what you're saying with the trope business, but I also think that they kind of gave us hints that he was racist anyways.
In this world,
No,
is it
you watch your tone.
A crime, human.
What's that?
in this world, what we just talked about this week, is it really a trope?
Facts.
I don't think he's necessarily racist. I just think he got so much money and so rich people. I think when you get to a certain level, it don't matter whether you white, black, blue, or green. You that billionaire, you just think you're just better than anybody and you smarter than anybody.
Mm-hmm. But
No, I agree with that too.
He's also using these Latino kids, so that does kind of
Oh man, I get that part. I'm not saying
being racist. But then once again, it's power dynamic. So when someone thinks that they're better than you, they're going to use whatever they think is going to hurt you the most. And I think that power dynamic between a white male and a black male is something that's always going to be there because it's undertone just in the setting because we all know what history is.
yeah, I get that.
That's my question.
Good
Not
old
that
boy
he-
type of thing, right?
Yeah. He didn't think that, that was his initial thought, but it's like something that I could always hold over you at that point.
Yeah.
Trafficking is a crime. So if he walks like a duck,
Okay. Out. And I'll be on the phone to McElhannon.
No, you watch your tone.
Okay, all right, okay, Nat. Look, this is a difficult question, and we at Crestbrook, we embrace the difficult. So let me ask you a question. Is there anything that Crestbrook can do to make you, more effective at your job?
listen, I don't work for Crestbrook.
No, you work for Metro PD, right? But what's your current assignment? It is to find and stop the person who's trying to kill who? Me, Lance Duran, the CEO
I wasn't feeling this guy in the first couple episodes, but this cockiness that he was doing right now, I was like, okay, I can kind of get with his character now. You know what I mean? Now you want to see him get what's coming to him.
He always plays that kind of character in all his roles. He is typecasted, always a sarcastic, think he's smart everybody in the room characters.
It makes sense. It makes sense. I think he's pretty good at it, but
also Shaggy, so I don't know if he's always that character.
Oh yeah, that's right. He played Shaggy. Eh? I forgot about that.
He's Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
If it walks like a duck.
Mr. Durant, we asked you, why would someone want to kill you? You fed us some bullshit about COVID exceptions.
Human trafficking, the kind that would make someone want to kill you.
Alex, I know.
Detective Cross.
Yeah, I don't believe in those kind of formalities, so I am going to call you Alex. Or maybe, Al. Feel free to call me.
Yeah, you see, that's the cockiness in there. But Alex Cross was like, okay, fine. I like the end part where he's like,
we are the best. We are going to find her, and we are going to save you. But just know this, when we're done with that, I'll be pointed at you, sir.
You know what I mean? I was like, okay, that shit is fire. I don't know, man. To me, I just think Aldous Hodge, he does a great job. You know what I mean? A great job.
He really is.
I love it. Now we get to see Rebecca, and she's taking a bath. No.
Why is her aunt everywhere near her? Like, dude, bro, you don't have no time to yourself?
Her aunt is creepy.
Yeah, her aunt is something else, man. And I was telling them backstage, Danny, that I kind of think where they're kind of going with this, and we'll get to more when we get close to the end of the episode, but I think they're gonna, like, she's gonna get away because the aunt and the guy, Donnie, is gonna take the blame for killing people. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think that aunt that's selfless.
Maybe not the aunt, but I think Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie, I could see taking it, especially after that story that he said. I can see Donnie saying no and letting her go and saying that she is the patron saint and she is the one that everyone's going. She's the light, and I think he's going to do that, and because he believes he deserves it after that story for the people that he killed accidentally.
100%. And the fact that, and we get to it too, where he tries to look like he's trying to cut off Cross's fingers, so that it looks like he's the one that been cutting off everybody's fingers. You know what I mean? So I think that she's going to finish what she has to do, and she's going to end up getting away. I have a feeling with that. But I mean, so far my theories have been wrong because I kind of thought her and the guy were brothers, and that didn't end up working out that way. So
definitely weren't brothers, unless it's
facts. 100%. Now, this is the part we were talking about where they're talking about the wife's killer, and we show that Samson is a very capable detective, and I hope they show more of that, like Danny said, in the next couple of seasons. What were your thoughts on their first interactions with Rebecca? You think it was a smart idea for her to take that card and go see him?
No.
Go ahead.
It was difficult for her. I think she made the wrong decision. I think that she put herself in the crosshairs with him, and she could have just been denied, and then had them follow her. Why Donnie did what he needed to do. So like you could have continued to actually get what you wanted by meeting him. I feel like she kind of put everyone else on the table, all her cards on the table. And that's why, once again now Donnie's going after Cross. Everything that she had that was kind of hidden is not out there because she decided to meet with him.
And
I think that was all calculated because while she was getting Cross sucked in, I think she planned for Donnie, hit him while she go to that senator and did what she did. So I think all that was calculated.
Oh, 100%. But she now doesn't have a ace up her sleeve. She didn't meet with him. He will only be going after her. They have no idea who Donnie is, and now. What's the end game really? Who are you trying to kill? Well, you're not going to get to Lance because now Donnie is known, and now he's actually a criminal because he assaulted an officer. So and he did it on purpose and all that. So now you have less aces up your sleeve, and that's what Donnie was telling her. You better be careful when you go talk to him because you're putting us all out there.
And you know what's funny too, right? I was thinking that she might, but after remembering this scene happened, no, Cross is now going to be on your ass because you pretty much set this up. Now we may find out that she didn't know about it and Donnie did it all on his own, right? That could be a
That's still right.
possibility.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, that could be a possibility. But right now it looks like she set Cross up to go there so that Donnie could do this. And you know what? No, she actually did set it up because
Because
she ends up
she was in
somewhere
DC.
else.
She
Yeah,
was in
she ends up
DC.
being somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah, so she did set it up. So yeah, so she's not gonna get off. There's no way. There's no way. She's gonna have to feel the wrath of it too. Now, they may not pin the murders on her and just have her as an accomplice as to where she ends up not doing as much time as she would have if she murdered them, but we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. Maybe
I
she
think
got
either her or Fanboy got to be a reoccurring or the one that gets away. There has to be somebody that's almost equally intelligent as Cross, or it's not gonna, or the story's gonna get stale. Just kind of like how with Sherlock Holmes, he can never catch Doctor Moriarty, or however they pronounce his name. So there's
Yeah.
always gonna be some kind of nemesis, just like Batman and the Joker. Always get away, or you may one up on this episode. So I think she may possibly be a reoccurring villain. So I don't know whether I'm not sure yet. They're gonna catch her. Or she's gonna get killed.
I think at first, yeah, but they started to make her a little bit. Well, yeah, you know what? They kind of showing that she's smart. I could see that,
No, but
but
she's
I
emotional.
also,
She's emotional. She makes bad decisions when she's emotional. I think more of the person you're talking about that could be opposite of Cross would be more Lance. They
mm,
saved Lance, and now Lance, Cross is now pointed at Lance, and now they're going tit for tat because Lance has shown how smart he can be, and
Yeah.
that could be a character that could be growing all the time with him.
and I think if she's not, because I think there's one storyline they haven't talked about in this season yet, but I think we're gonna start getting to that because we still don't know why Cross's wife was killed, right?
Yep.
And I think maybe that this stuff with Lance and maybe Kayla may be somehow connected to that thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think they may end up trying to do that because if they only do 4 seasons, then I could see them doing like some of that in the last 2 seasons. You know what I mean? So it all depends on how far this show goes. We'll see. But this is a scene I wanted to talk about because Janelle goes to see, or Ellie is going to see Janelle, and they're having a conversation, and she's upset about the ribbons, and she's explaining what they do. And I think it's not here, but we get to a part where she sees um, the picture of her guy she's seen in her phone, and Ellie kind of flips out. I'll bring up the scene. Ellie kind
So
of
that
flips out.
happens later, right? Because
Yeah, yeah, it happens a little later.
that scene, and she sees in her plan book that says lunch with
The
Yeah.
Trey or whatever his name is.
Trey or whatever the dude's
Mhm.
name is. Yeah, and that's what she said. Who is this? I said, is that your boyfriend? And she said, not yet. Something we were seeing. And she was like, so then what about my dad? Does he know? And she's like, no. And they said, what about me? So, oh, I always love you. And she's like,
I
well,
don't want that kind of family.
that's the family I don't want, motherfucker.
Mhm.
Wouldn't ask me.
Absolutely, right?
It's just not gonna happen. And I'm sorry, Jenny, because I know you were
Look at her
hoping it
face.
would.
I want to happen.
I don't want you to worry about that. Because you and me, we are family. And that will never change. Promise you.
Well, you should have asked me because I don't want to be that kind of family.
Jenny.
So now
Womp womp.
we go back to a few weeks ago where Cross told her that he didn't want her around the kids. And I don't remember if I said he was right or wrong, but he was definitely right.
I know I said he was right.
Yeah, he was definitely right for doing that. What are your thoughts, Danny? You think he was right for doing that now?
Yeah, I mean, if I think we all said agree that she gave Cross some serious mixed signals.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But then when Cross realized and say, "Hey, if it ain't gonna be," but a lot of that too, you can't put it all on the little girl. You got to put someone on that mama too. because Mama was like, "We want somebody that's gonna be comfortable, somebody that they trust and love, and this kind of stuff." So the mama kind of pushing her too when she wasn't really reading the signals that Cross was trying to put out and say, "Hey, look, oh girl, I'm feeling her, but she ain't feeling me." So
Mm-hmm.
I put some of the blame on the mama too, because mama was trying to force that too.
Well, Nana knows what's right, but Ellie's acting this way, saying, it never's going to happen, being so closed off to him.
Yeah.
She's literally hurting herself. She knows it's obvious she has these feelings. She's hurting herself because she's like, oh, I can't do this with him. Because it's almost like she's trying to control herself and him. And she's holding that relationship up, saying, oh, but we can still be this, it could be families, and that's a lie. And she's lying to herself. And I think that's what Janelle just did. Janelle put it out there like, this is a lie. We cannot be this. I'm not going to accept it either.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, So when Cross was like, because it makes sense that, if you're not together, if you're not with me, then I get you may love my kids, but now my kids are getting mixed views. You know what I mean? And they're getting feelings for you, and they want you to be whatever you want to say, stepmother or whatever like that, be a part of their life. But when a woman has another man, that changes. That will change. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
especially if they start having children of their own.
Exactly.
If it gets
And
serious.
that other man's not gonna wind up going around her ex's
He
house
don't,
and
he
hanging
don't
with
want her
the
there
kids.
now because he done.
Exactly.
What about when Alex brings someone home?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to tell her, like, I don't want you over here dealing with, my kids while I'm trying to do something with Kayla. And I
100%.
cannot wait to see Ellie next week because I think Kayla and Cross are going to be at home, and she's going to come over and see her, and say, "Oh, she's pretty too. Oh, I hate this, whatever, Oh, she's going to start trying to mark her territory." And Alex said, "This is not a game. I can guarantee you, like, this is not a game. You're trying to play a game. Now that someone else might want me, now you want to say maybe we should try. You can't be
That
doing
would that would be 100% interesting. I like that too, right? If it goes to that where it's like, oh, she goes in and sees him. Not only is she going to want Cross again, right? Because we know how that scenario goes, right? And then she's gonna end up realizing that the dude she's with is not for her. Because I think she already kind of knows that,
Yep.
So that's gonna be interesting. And you've seen that in the trailer where they meet up?
No, they was in the trailer before, the season 2 trailer, where she
Okay,
comes in and Kayla's walking up and LL answers the door.
I got you.
And that's supposed to be episode 6. So I'm assuming that's going to be next week.
Okay, cool. We get to the point here, and Brian pointed this out, which I didn't notice, but he was like, yo, they only got one room because they're staying in the same room. And I think Cross comes out of the shower, right? Yeah, out of the shower.
Scratching and acting all comfortable and stuff. Look at this. His nose is wide open, boy.
It's that kryptonite, bro. And you know what I was gonna say, because and I didn't go to it, I just passed it over. But the first scene where she's in those tights, you get a nice little angle, and I was like, not bad. And then I'm looking at the silhouette in these jeans right now, because usually tights, like, for those of you who don't know, women, when they get those Lululemon tights, you could have a flat ass, but it makes that ass look fire. You know what I mean? So now you're seeing it in the jeans, and I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't look as good as it did in the tights, but it don't look too bad over there in the jeans either. So I can understand Cross staying in the same room, 100%.
She ain't beautiful, but she got a little sexiness about her.
100%.
The sassiness that goes along with it. Yeah.
But I will say this: the scene where Janelle comes into the house, I was like, "Oh, them thighs are thick, boy." I was like, "Ooh, them thighs are thick." Hold on, let me see if I can get to it.
You mean what L? Janelle's a little girl, but L.
Forest fire thighs.
Jenny?
Right there. I was like, okay. And then it showed me that there's probably a booty in the back of there too as well. You know what I'm
How about,
saying?
man? Oh, a black woman don't cut her hair unless she got a big butt.
Yeah.
Facts,
Guaranteed.
100%.
The confidence you have to cut your hair. There's a reason.
But they got to write her because right now I'm just she just irks
You
me
don't
whenever
like
she
her.
come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
same
agree.
here, same here. It's kind of like the trope, you know what I mean? The black woman trope is kind of like the black woman trope there that they're doing there, you know? But we get to this scene where she gets on the phone and Bobby's calling her, and Bobby's telling her that somebody end up raiding the Asian dudes, right?
Mhm.
So
That's the, what's his name called? The Game Master or something? What's that?
Mastermind,
Mastermind.
Mine. Yep.
right? So it's showing me that it may not be Lance, right? And we'll get to that a little bit later. It may not be Lance, but I think it's Lance, and Lance's has someone above him who's the mastermind. You know what I mean? Lance is doing the work for the mastermind. We haven't seen who mastermind is yet.
Well, one thing we did predict, I don't know if it was all of us or one or two of us, it ain't her boss.
I told you that. I said that it's definitely not her boss.
Boy, she got him, boy. I love the way she did him, boy.
So did I. We're gonna get to that because that was unexpected too, and that was one of the parts that I liked about it, right? Because he calling her up and he's like, "Yo, drop what you're doing and get your ass over here now."
Next ring.
And that's why I say it shows you that Samson and Kayla, none of them are slouches in this show. You know what I mean?
Nope.
They're one step ahead of everybody that they're going up against. And I really like that, you know? And you should enjoy that, Danny, because they're making police officers look fucking good.
I also like the banter, too, between how she's calling out Cross's issues and Cross calling out her issues.
Called out hers, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
absolutely. Cool. Did we pass that part? We didn't pass that part
No,
yet,
it's not.
right?
It's still
No,
happening.
yeah.
He hasn't met with Rebecca yet.
Yeah, absolutely. So now this is where they're having the discussion about.
You also know back there.
Yeah.
You saw her hair is wet too, so she just got out of the shower too.
Yep.
Put that
exactly. Yeah,
she just got out of the shower. So he's getting out of the shower right now, right? But her hair is wet.
Both them clowns got out of the shower together.
Yeah. Her hair is wet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey man, Cross better start focusing on the case at hand and start worrying about them white women.
He looking at the case right now.
Right then, Danny thinking if he could get a quickie before he goes.
No, he said, "I'm about to crack the case." That's what he said.
I'm about to crack the case.
That's what he said.
Oh man!
And you know what? I don't blame him. And we get Donnie and Rebecca. They're having a conversation, and they're talking about her not going, and he pretty much, "Come with me. I want to take you somewhere." But then we get to Bobby.
I'm not asking.
Yeah, he said, "I'm not asking." And we get to Bobby, and Bobby sees this guy.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Get a thick girl a bounce. Yeah. White boy like you need all the juice. You can swing.
Sorry, have we met before?
No. But we got a friend in common, though. Kayla Craig. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
I don't know. I just look at if someone came up to me like that, I'd probably be worried too. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. He's a little guy. Because I think there was a scene where he looked like he's like short. You know what I mean?
He's really short. Yeah. The fact that he was just standing right there, he was standing on the thing, and he was just like regular height.
Yeah. But the eyes look crazy. You know what I mean?
He be as crazy as one, but I'm not gonna let no 5'1" dude talk crazy to me, bro. You get choke slam. You can't be 5. You can't be 15 inches shorter than me and then try to tell me what to do. Like little boy.
Well, we seen what happened when he went after a big boy at the end of this episode, right? He held his own.
You're right. He held his own.
But you didn't like that.
As I told her, I said, Donnie, you should have knocked the crap out of him. What's wrong with you?
Anyways, he threatens this guy, and he gets him to help, but we find out that something else happened. But I'm gonna play this scene while
This
Danny's
is
gone,
so-
because this scene is really good. We get to find out how he gets the bruises on his arms and stuff like that. So
What is this place?
This is why I do what we do. My family's farm is just over that hill. Close enough that we could smell the diesel fumes from the trucks that rolled in. Then they started dumping chicken waste in the fields. Only they didn't call it dumping. They called it composting.
Poison.
It dried to a dust, and it covered everything. It covered every inch of my house. My little sister started using an inhaler. My dad, he didn't have the energy to work in the fields like he used to. But by then it didn't matter because this factory used so much water, it ran our wells dry, and we couldn't grow anything anyway.
And you wanted to make them pay.
I snuck in here one night, and I lit up that chicken coop. I wasn't planning it. I was just fucking angry. And then I heard the screams. That's the front door. It had metal handles. And when I touched them, I could feel my palms sear down to the bone.
This is where it happened.
I jumped in through a window, but with the smoke, it was so black inside. Couldn't breathe. I found the bodies piled up by the door when I tripped over them. How was I supposed to know they have goddamn kids living in the chicken coops?
go ahead, Brian.
Bro. First of all, I gotta give it up. When you hear this from Donnie, like you all of a sudden you start to understand where he's coming from, why he's doing what he's doing. And honestly, West Chatham, I loved West Chatham because he's part of the Expanse, right? That was phenomenal, and you felt it and you believed it. And once again, it's another instance for the villain of this show to feel like,
are they doing the right thing? Yeah,
they're the ones in the right, and everyone else is in the wrong.
100%. You know what I mean? They're like vigilantes taking, justice into their own hands. But when you listen to the backstories, both of them have backstories where you understand why they're doing what they're doing. And they're not just these stone cold killers that are just killing for no reason, Well done the way they writ these two characters, man.
And
Just like,
honestly,
just like the penguin.
All right, so Danny will not be on the next episode of Cross, because that's like the third time you mentioned the penguin on this stream, and I already warned him already. You see, he's getting dappered up already to go to his next stream. But Danny, hey, what are your thoughts on this scene, Danny, and Donnie's
It was cool, man.
backstory?
I love, I'm the one, I can't speak for Brian, but I know you hate flashbacks, aka a la Boba Fett. So I love flashbacks, especially when they are informative and give us pieces of the missing puzzle piece like this. Cause I was always like, what happened to his arms? Now we see all this. We see.
But was it a flashback, Danny?
Because
I don't hate flashbacks. I don't hate flashbacks. But I'll tell you, this wasn't a flashback. This was not a flashback. This was a story.
Yeah,
and the story was so visual that you felt like you were there.
I'll give you that one. Tomato. But if there's a flashback, there's somebody on this panel.
No, that is not true. I just think the flashbacks that they had in Boba Fett were trash, right? That's all. I don't hate flashbacks.
Didn't the flashbacks give you pieces of the story?
Trash pieces, yeah, 100%, right? Because From is full of flashbacks.
It is.
I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? I'm okay with it. But like you said, when it progresses the story, but when you're giving flashbacks that are garbage,
I bet you Boba Fett was black, you love it. Oh yeah,
you might be right.
Yeah, that was fire.
You might be right, but I doubt it. I can't really say because he's not blind, but it might have changed a little bit of the view. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, this was good. I like Donnie. I didn't like what he tried to do later on in the story, but I can see his motivation. So I can see why he's doing it. And I thought it was a love interest, but I think it's more. I think they're more like brothers and sisters.
Yeah, that seems like
Yeah.
that.
Agreed, 100%. I thought it was well done. Like I said to Brian earlier, I like to hear the backstory, and it makes them not these villains that are just running around killing people for no reason, right? Both
Exactly.
of them have a story that makes sense as to why they're doing what they're doing. Now, we already kind of discussed this scene, but we'll discuss a little bit more because I had a question. Did you actually think Cross was getting to her in this scene?
I did.
No,
I did.
really?
I did. Yeah, I did
I did.
too.
At first, I was like, nah. But then when he cut the mic off and he started talking, and she was, I think she's still emotionally. The part I think he was getting to it when he was saying the stuff about how old boy sacrificed himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I thought he was reaching her. All the other stuff, it was back and forth, coy. Yeah. But when he cut the mic off and he started using those persuasive things and talking about, especially when he said about, oh boy, sacrificed himself. How many more people are you gonna let sacrifice themselves for this?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he had her.
No,
I did too.
It had this happened right after what Donnie just did. There's no way. There's nothing Cross could have said because of what Donnie did beforehand. There's nothing. And you know what? I've been fooled by Latina tears before, and I'm not being fooled again. I can tell. I've been to the mountaintop, and I can tell you those are crocodile tears.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I know. I know.
So when they were having the argument, because we're going to get into that next, right, where we talked a little bit about it earlier, because after this scene, him and Cross and Kayla have a little back and forth, which I'll play some of it, because you're saying, Brian, then you actually were on Kayla's side in this situation.
Yeah, I think he was stupid, and I think only other women know how stupid he was. And she was telling you, it was the tears, wasn't it? It was the tears.
She did say that.
I think she's very arrogant in this.
Be happy right now.
Happy.
It reminds me of what my wife says to be about my children. Now I know she meant it. She meant it. I promise you, she meant it. She was like, she cried, didn't she?
Yeah, 100%.
Must have missed an epic performance. Did she cry? She cried, didn't she? Contrary to popular belief, the great Alex Cross cannot infect into everyone's souls.
We still talking about Lewis?
It's an AG case all over again. You making the decisions, you getting the credit.
So that's what this is all about. Your relentless need for credit. You know what? The depths of your insecurity is mind-boggling. But don't worry. I'm fine just catching the bad guy. I will make sure to say the real hero is Kayla Craig.
That's not what I want.
Bullshit.
No. Cross Almighty. What I want is for you to consider that occasionally you're not perfect. And this is one of those times. You are not reading her correctly.
Because if it was a dude, he'd be like, fuck this dude. Like, straight up. But because it's a girl and she's pretty, I'm telling you.
I was on Cross's side on this one. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, Cross did his thing. You know, he worked that charm. She's going to give up the information, and Kayla's going to be wrong. And I was fucking wrong.
We all think we got this charm, and we got them wrapped around a little finger, and it's all going to work out for us. We know what we're doing. Nah, man, they've been playing us since Eve gave them the apple, man. What you talking about?
She would have got me. I would have been fooled with that too. I'd have been like, yeah, listen, you know what you're talking about. This is Alex Cross you're talking to here. Don't worry, I got this. You know? But we get to another scene where this scene is fire too, because this guy, Roy, thinks he's like dropping dimes on her, right?
Stupid. I told you. The only thing you couldn't do was use FBI assets.
I have no choice. I have to prove I'm not the one in the video.
Fuck the video. I'm your problem now. You understand me? You put me in the boat, Kayla. 3 hours.
Roy, I didn't want this. It's important that you know that.
What is this?
You remember when everyone was real nervous when Ramsey got put away?
I got a question for you guys
Wondering
after
where
this scene.
his treasure trove of blackmail was? See, I always thought you were a climber. That's why I liked working with you, because I understand climbers, but I was wrong. You don't climb, you push. Like you pushed the man who was in your job before you. He gets accused of selling classified documents, commits suicide before he stands trial. Or at least that was the story.
So she gets him 100%. What if Kayla's mastermind?
And she's putting herself on the hook?
No, she's mastermind. She needs to get that gun because that gun has some evidence on her, right? But the best way to be out of everybody's view is be in plain sight. What if she's mastermind?
I don't think she has enough pull. That's the only thing I'll say. She wouldn't be able to pull all the strings that the mastermind's been pulling.
She might. She might, right? She might have someone working for her, or, you know, maybe she's a little bit more powerful than we think she is. Because you remember at the last episode of season 1, where they're sitting down at the table, her and Bobby, I can't remember the conversation, but it seemed like she was going for like big power or something like that, you know? I could be wrong. I got to go back and watch that episode, but I know there was definitely something to that scene. And I'm just like, now that I see that she's so resourceful, she's able to get something on her boss. Yeah, she might be pulling some strings over there. I'm interested.
I think Fanboy might be mastermind.
Interesting. You think so?
Because Fanboy had all that information. That's the information that she, because Bobby was collecting all the information from Fanboy.
Yep.
That would be interesting.
Fanboy
too.
might be in prison just chilling and seeing how all the pieces moving. And he kind of secretly still toying with Alex Cross. But because remember, Fanboy had the dirt on all them people.
Yep. He's saying, I only do it because it's interesting. I'm only doing it because it's interesting.
Interesting. That would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting if it was him. But then again, then maybe he would be the reoccurring villain you're talking about, Danny?
Yep.
That's exactly what it would be.
I could see that.
Pulling the strings from behind bars and say,
Yep.
I still could touch you even if I'm here.
I could see that.
Then you can find out he knew Alex Cross was his, like Batman the Joker, and he had Alex Cross' wife killed to start the game.
Yep. That'll be interesting.
I could see that.
That
It would
works.
definitely be interesting. Definitely. I'm still putting my money on Kayla, though. I think she's a little bit more shady than we thought. But this scene is where, you know, they do the deep fake and we find out that it's not her in the video. And I think Danny was the one that called that last week, to where it was like, there's something was wrong with the video, you know?
Yeah. I could tell that didn't look. It looked like Luke Skywalker showing up on The Mandalorian.
And and we find out that it's not. Now, the person that it is, do we know who that is?
She know who it is, but I can't recognize her. Is that a woman that killed herself?
I looked at the cast and I didn't know who that was.
Was that the guy that killed her? The woman that killed herself?
I maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Did they get to it? That would be interesting. Okay, so wait, hold on. Let's go back here.
Alicia.
He said it's Alicia.
Put all the little pieces together.
You gotta find the name of the lady that killed herself.
Holy shit.
You know her?
It's Alicia.
Yeah, he's Alicia. Who was Alicia? Was that the woman that killed herself? I don't know. I'll check it out. I'll definitely check that out. But if it is, that would be definitely interesting, because it looked like we seen her do something to herself, but she didn't. And then we get to the final part of the episode where we see Rebecca, and she's in this senator's office and she's just going on him. Now, I don't think she's going to kill him. I think she's trying to use him for something, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. What do you think?
I think she's going to use him to be able to get closer. That's all she's trying to do. Use him, someone who knows him that has something over him, to get her closer to her goal.
Or maybe to get her off when she's done?
Possibly.
I think he knows.
Give her a pardon or something?
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
He
What were you gonna
knows
say,
them,
Brian?
though. Like, you know, so if he knows them, he can get what's his name? Lance closer. So it's like, oh, Lance is the one who paid for this. You have things over him to make him do things for you. I want you to call Lance and bring him to this spot. So allows her to be able to plan the whole thing, get him to the spot, and she could kill him.
That would be interesting.
It's possible.
Yeah, I could see that, definitely. All right, so then we get to the final scene where Cross is going to see her, and as he's driving, hold on.
What do you?
Oh, passed it already?
She left.
So Cross is in Florida at this time, right? We're still, right? She's in DC, but Cross is in Florida.
Yeah, Cross is in Florida. All right, here it is.
I'll have to play lone hero again.
But just think how good it'll feel to dunk on me if I'm wrong.
And sure enough, he was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn. Now, this is the part I like the scene at the end because Bobby comes in and helps him. But like I was saying, Brian backstage, I'm like, there's your plot armor again, Danny. You know what I mean?
Bobby
Right
just
as-
driving around somewhere to be able to get there so fast to be able to save the day.
You know what I mean? Like, even if Kayla did tell him, you know, I guess he must have been following Cross. That's the only way he could have got there so quick. You know what I mean? So maybe he was doing that. But Donnie comes out. Donnie tries to kill Cross. And then there was this scene here where it looked like he was trying to cut off his fingers, right? Yeah. And then Bobby comes in and saves the day. Now, I had an issue with this part because I'm like, why are you not rinsing the bullets in him? You know what I mean? You shoot him once and then he runs off, and I was like, okay, whatever. Like, you should have just been popping.
Maybe he doesn't want to be arrested for killing somebody.
Man, you
right now,
bro.
you can say someone. You know, because he's out on bond. You know, she just took him out of prison, so he didn't want to be caught in that situation. But he did what he was supposed to do, and he got out. Yeah,
we can hear you, Danny.
Hey, I got to bounce, fellas.
All right, Danny.
But I give this episode an A,
Mm-hmm.
and I will definitely catch up with y'all next week.
No problem, Danny. Take care. Have a good one. Peace. So I was saying that, you know, he's saving a cop, so it's like
but you still don't want to commit murder, and he didn't want to get caught in that because you don't know. For Alex Cross, I'm just doing a favor for Kayla. So in that way, I would think that he's just trying to save his life. Once he saved his life, that's enough. I'm out.
But would it be murder or self-defense?
You still get caught up with the police.
Yeah, but Alex Cross
and he's already in prison. He was
Alex Cross could, Alex Cross could, like you said, turn the other cheek, let him bounce. You know what I mean?
He could have, but then he has to explain why he let the killer of this man get away.
Well, he said no. But Alex Cross could say he killed the guy, right? He gets out the car.
They said, you know, they see the gun. When a police officer, I wish Danny was here because a police officer shoots someone, they take the powder residue, they take your fingers, they check the gun and all that stuff, and what
Cross just has to shoot a couple bullets in the air, bam, 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 gets the stuff on his hands.
Someone says that he was doing that. You know what I'm saying? He's setting himself up, and he lied last season, right, and got caught up. He ain't gonna do that again.
But who's gonna say he's did that? There's only 3 of them there, though, right? There's only them 3 there.
I think
Like,
he's not gonna set himself up for
okay,
anyone.
so here's the question then. If you say that, then right, you think Bobby's gonna stay there till the police come and everything? No, he's gonna bounce anyways.
I don't know. I know if he commit murder, it becomes a bigger thing than just he shot the guy and the other guy left. So one guy left, both guys can leave, and now he can just say something happened.
Yeah, but he's gonna leave anyways. Bobby's not gonna stay there for the rest of the police to come and check on Cross, right?
I know,
So
but when
Cross
it's
is gonna
murder,
have,
they're going now. You're a murder suspect. No matter if you did it to save someone's life or whatever, you're a
but
suspect. And you're gonna get caught.
but he's not a murder suspect if Cross says he's the one that shot the dude. There's no one there to say Cross didn't do it.
There's an investigation, and then they find out he didn't, and all these other things, all these problems come up from it. And that's why I just think that they just did it just because this is enough. I saved his life.
I hear what you're saying, but Brian, even if there's an investigation, there's only 3 fucking people there: Cross, the dead dude, and Bobby. Bobby's
And
gone.
good and a good detective, as we've seen today or in this show, will be able to find out what the truth is. We don't want that to
Yeah,
happen.
but they're not going to question Cross, right?
Yes,
This is an investigation that Cross is in, right?
Yes,
So
and they
Cross can
still
pretty
would
much
question
say
him.
anything.
Because that's what happened with his wife. They still questioned him even then. But I'll tell you this: Bobby Tray's not going to kill a man for Kayla. He's just there to save his life, and he's out.
Okay, but he was going to kill Kayla, so it's not like he's there, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like
He's a
not
sociopath. He's not doing
right.
it for
So he's not inclined to not kill people.
No, but he doesn't care about Cross. He doesn't care about Kayla. He doesn't care about killing this dude. He just did it. She needs you. You need me to help? Fine, I'll help. That's it. And that's all it is.
Yeah, but he was going to kill Kayla if he found out that she was involved in it, right? So for him, killing somebody is not a big deal. My point is
That
that
would be a
regardless of
personal. She lied to him. That's a personal thing. He has nothing to do with Cross. That's even another step. It's not like, he's saving Kayla. He's saving Kayla's friend. So like it's another step. And the dude who got him arrested. So I feel like that's even another step further. And I don't think he really cares about saving Cross.
Yeah, I feel you.
Would he kill him? I mean, will he kill the dude on just regular stuff? Yeah. But to save Cross? Nah.
I hear you. What's up, boss? How you doing?
Yeah. But yeah, we see Cross doing this. The fear there is real. And I think that's crazy in itself too. Seeing him realizing seeing him, he could be killed. His mortality is real, and he has that. So he's not invincible. It's exactly what Kayla said to him. Everything that argument to say that Kayla said to him about him trying to be superhero and all this stuff, it came to be true at the end of this episode.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens next week. We'll see what happens next week. I just think that they could have got that Donnie part taken care of, but we'll see. So what were your grades for the episode? Because this is how the episode ends, and then we're gonna find out what happens next week, of course. But what were your grades for this episode?
I'm gonna give it an A-. Could have been better, but still good.
I think it was good too, and I'm gonna give it an A, not an A+, but it definitely gets an A. What's up, Poe? How you doing? Thanks you for popping in. Much appreciated.
One-ups the cleaning power of liquid.
And
one up spaghetti night? It sure can.
I don't know why this started up, but okay. There you go. So, Brian, tell the people where they can find you one last time, sir.
Yo, 1/3 Spoiler Kings, we go live at 9:30-ish. I don't know. The guy with, white people time sometimes is a little bit, strange. But we'll see what time. About 9:35, we should be going live, and we'll be talking about Cross. We'll be talking about Paradise. We'll be talking about right here what I was talking about last night, the Dakota incident, which is fire, and the fact that it's sold out in so many different places. So, that's gonna be
absolutely cool. Make sure to check that out. Spoiler Kings will be back tomorrow night. We will be doing a watch party for From Season 3, Episode 1, trying to get it right up until the premiere of Season 4. Saturday, we will be doing the rewind, so make sure to check that out because we got a lot to talk about there. But I appreciate everybody that came in here, and we will be back next week with another episode of Cross. So peace, love, and hair grease, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.